Y'all, what's up? It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna keep it real. Happy 100 episodes of Parking Lot Pimpin'. Wait, not me having 100 weeks worth of content. It's been a long time coming, but I know a show gon' come. Hey, and you know what? I wanted today to be sunshine and rainbows, but you niggas gonna piss me off every single time. Uh-oh. Here she go. And for a while it's been you, Texas, but today it's your Wonder Twin, Florida, acting up. 2 days ago, a 16-year-old boy, and let me stop you right there. Talk to him. 16-year-old boy, a child, not yet fully matured, brain not fully developed, not to be tried as an adult, and certainly not to be engaged by any adult with some couth in such a fashion. 16-year-old Jermaine Jones and his 15-year-old friend, a black boy who lives in a rich white neighborhood called Lake Forest in Sanford, Florida, were driving fast on the property, which is indeed dangerous. But instead of neighbors getting a license plate number and calling the police, they responded immediately with violence, which seems to be the choice method of expressing anti-blackness in this area because it is the same town where Trayvon Martin was murdered. Ooh! Did you think we forgot? 2 grown-ass white men threw a traffic cone at this car hard enough for it to make a dent, and then followed it up by throwing a stone the size of a cement block into the backseat window. Now, Jermaine says they were aiming for him, but he was able to accelerate just enough for them to miss him. Now, I can't tell if these 2 men are actually old because problematic Caucasian is definitely gonna raise him. But these men recklessly attacked these children, and then when they got out of the car, directed their onslaught directly at Jermaine, the dark-skinned boy with locks that are covering his face. Then more adults came outside and were ecstatic to let Jermaine know that somebody was licensed to carry a gun and insinuated that he would use it if he had to. And then when he asked who had the gun, a random Karen on the block, who nobody asked to be there, I'm talking shorty, came out the pool or jacuzzi, wherever she was, wrapped in a beach towel to insert herself in this black boy's business, and said to Jermaine, "You're the one that would have the gun." And then proceeded to say, "Get out of our neighborhood. You don't belong here." Why he don't belong there, Karen? I'll wait. And I commend Jermaine because while being afraid for his life, with at least 6 adults surrounding him, 3 of them screaming, 1 of them having a gun, he called 911 and took complete accountability for his actions and asked for help. But if we're being for real, the 911 attendant needs to be disciplined as well, because instead of directing him to stay out of the way for safety, she asked him to insert himself in the conflict to break up an altercation when things started to get physical. Y'all just be so oblivious to black kids' lives. And all throughout the 911 call, all you hear are these men demanding their voices be heard over his and challenging his credibility, displaying nothing other than the fact that bigoted people feel so entitled as to have the right to explain their violence, because for them, their violence is always justifiable. And just yesterday, a white man in Naples, Florida threatened to break a black woman's jaw, claiming her son being too big for a slide could have hurt one of his kids. Then this man, far larger than her, continues to be a racist, first by mocking the woman as she stands up for herself, then calls her an animal. And I'm gonna list it all because it's quite ridiculous. Talking about it's people like you. Then proceeds to call her classless and then calls her trash. And then when her male cousin shows up, he refuses to address the woman directly anymore, who is now telling him not to come in her face. And then like the dickhead he is, he goes, "I don't know how many men have come in your face." What? Just like Nagani on Twitter, it's the massage noir for me, androgenizing this woman for the purpose of racism, but then somehow still finding a way to sexualize her in a moment of vulnerability. You people are sick. And then undermining her cousin's right to defend her by saying, "Everybody's your cousin." My boy, like, how do I say without saying? Now, mind you, the little girl with the black woman starts to cry, asking if they can just leave. His white kids? Unfazed. The little white boy who can't be bigger than 5 felt comfortable enough to insert himself in the situation and just tell everybody to be quiet. Huh? Let me tell you something. Jermaine, a 16-year-old boy, had nightmares and trouble sleeping for 2 days after what happened to him. This toddler, however, is finna go home and put on his Paw Patrol jammies and sleep just fine. Why? Because unless white people hold other white people accountable for their violent defaults when it comes to dealing with black people, there are always going to be people surrounding this child telling him those actions are warranted because of the type of people he's dealing with. And words can be very much violent. Language has been used for centuries to contextualize the worth of black bodies, whether it's been descriptors of their behavior, their appearances, or their genetic makeup that have given white people a literal get-out-of-jail-free card to act like bullies. And one thing about bullies, you're cowards. And you only pick on people you think you can beat, and I'm not talking about in terms of being bigger than somebody or even having a gun, because old boy systemic oppression has been protecting bullies since 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Oh, you want examples? Receipts, you say? I got a playlist of 100 videos for your viewing pleasure with no subscription needed. I will be taking tips, however, on this momentous occasion. You know, because the content's free. But I'm gonna keep it free!
Lynette. Not yet.
I thought, no, because they be doing that sometimes. Do you pop bottles, Amari?
You gonna do
Oh my God.
But
Nope.
I'm gonna keep it brief.
I'm sorry, my thumb keeps slipping. I need to wipe my hands off.
But I'm gonna keep it brief. A little.
It's all right.
Well, guys, we're gonna use the first take. Sorry, opening the bottle was hectic.